Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin. Hello friends, my name is Michelle Fondin. Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin. I'm the author of Twin Flame Romance. Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin. Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin and I'm the author of Twin Flame Union, the 7 keys to a healthy twin flame journey. And welcome to my new series on twin flames and the twin flame connection. This is another video on twin flames. And welcome to my new video playlist series on twin flame connections. Thanks so much for joining me on this twin flame journey. This is crazy, this entire journey, this entire trajectory of what's going on in 2019 with twin flames and the awakening of twin flames and this twin flame energy is just absolutely incredible. Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to the best of twin flame videos for the past 5 years, celebrating my 5 years on this twin flame journey. So this video took forever to put together, but I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about the video before you start watching. I have 30 videos in the best of compilation, and there are like 2 to 5 minutes per video. I have all of the titles of the videos in the info box below. And I also have the links to those videos in case you want to check them out as well. But if you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you here. Thank you for subscribing below. Click on the bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. And thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. And I forgot to mention, I didn't really forget to mention, I wanted to say the title of the video first. But I am the author of Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love. I'm also the author of Twin Flame Union, 7 keys to a healthy twin flame journey. And I have my brand new upcoming book to be released on October 15th of 2023, The Empowered Divine Feminine, Becoming an Unstoppable Woman in the 21st Century and Beyond. So this is crazy, 5 years on the twin flame journey. If you have not yet checked out my Twin Flame Story Week by Week vlog that I did for my 5-year celebration, I will put the link right here so you can check out that vlog after this very, very, very long video. Now, since this is a compilation, you can skip around or you can watch it all the way through, or you can even come back to it just to get those tidbits of information about you on your twin flame journey. So this is gonna be super interesting. I've never done a video like this before. First time ever celebrating my 5 years on the twin flame journey. So to start, I want to show you what I have first. I want to show you what I have. This has become a tradition. I have my Grogu tumbler and I've got my Padawan Grogu right over my right shoulder to your left, somewhere around there. So I couldn't quite get Grogu in the camera. I'm going to have to move him in between cuts. But first, let's go ahead and talk about what is upcoming in this first part of the video. So what is upcoming is a video from 2018. Now, the reason why I popped this video in there is it's because it's from August 2018. Now, let me draw a picture for you of where I was in August of 2018. August of 2018, I had just moved to California at the end of June 2018. When this video was produced, it was about 2 to 3 weeks prior to meeting my twin flame. Barely, right? Barely 2 to 3 weeks prior to meeting my twin flame. And I was going through a whole lot of heck of stuff after my move to California and then starting my new job. So that's why I included the video, to give you some context as to where I was mentally, emotionally, and spiritually just prior to meeting my twin flame. Then we go into the videos for 2019, which go without explanation, because in 2019, what I was doing was getting my sea legs on my twin flame journey.
And to that end, I was producing videos about the twin flame journey as I was experiencing them. So all the topics you see for 2019 and many of the other topics that are not in the compilation but are on my YouTube channel really deal with the day-to-day basis of being on the twin flame journey for that first year for me on the twin flame journey. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and watch the compilation for 2018 and 2019.
Today, I'm coming back to you after about 10 days maybe of not posting videos on YouTube. In this video that I am filming now in front of you, it was really hard coming to you with this because I have created this forum, this YouTube channel, this service for you guys as a forum to be completely transparent with my life, completely transparent with things that I do to help you guys in the books that I write and the vlogs and the vlogs and the journey that I encounter. And never ever before have I had to be censored in what I'm saying to you. And for the reasons that there's a current child custody case that's open, and it's so unfortunate, and this has been such a painful week for me, and really kind of a painful month for me, that this journey has unfolded in more painful ways than I could have ever imagined in my entire life. And that feeling of things spinning so out of control that you don't understand exactly where it's going. And not only is my voice for my own life as a proponent for my own life, but my voice is also for you guys.
Today, we're going to talk about a really special topic that is going to segue into a whole other video series with a new playlist. And it's something that has been all the buzz. It's actually something that is in my personal journey, in my personal life. And as you guys know, I am always sharing with you guys what is happening on my personal journey and discoveries and new teachings and things that happen to be unfolding in my life and in my spiritual journey as we go through this process together, because it is a process. It's never just zoom into an outcome. It's always, 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 always a process. So we're talking about the shift in the new paradigm, the new spiritual paradigm. It's the shift from fear into love. Fear into love. And this shift is not something new. In fact, Jesus first brought this shift to earth about 2019 years ago, give or take a few years. Jesus did bring this shift. It's just that we have lost sight of that shift. Our human egos, our humanness, which is centered in fear, has prevented us from embracing this concept of love that Jesus brought to earth. And so now God is creating this new paradigm. Now, of course, God is omniscient, omnipresent, ever-knowing. Of course, this has been planned out forever since the beginning of time. So it's not anything new, but it's new to us. So we are in the midst of this humongous shift. A twin flame is a soul contract before you came to earth that you made the decision with God to divide your soul in two, and that you would go on this journey in order to reunite with your twin flame soul, so the other part of your soul. So think about it as yin or yang energy. So you would divide that soul into two. So one has the yin energy and one has the yang energy. And so you will hear the terms, and we're going to do in the next video vocabulary terms to help you learn about this twin flame journey. And just know that the words don't necessarily mean anything. It's just to, again, anchor you down to this earthly plane, because the twin flame journey is one that is really in the ethers initially. So it's a relationship, it's a union that starts in the ethers, that starts in divine consciousness, and then it is anchored down to earth. And this one, I'm sure you guys are waiting for. It's 14 signs that you've met your twin flame.
And this is stemmed from my personal experience. Of course, things I've read, things I've heard on other videos, but this is mostly my personal experience. I'm a divine feminine in a feminine body. My twin flame is a divine masculine in a masculine body, which, as I explained in the other two videos, isn't always the case. Of course, there can be men who are divine feminine and women who are divine masculine, and same-sex couples, and it all is okay. So the first sign that you've met your twin flame is instant recognition. Instant recognition is almost like, I know this person. But it's not like I know this person like, hey, I've met you before. It's more like this inner knowing that you actually do know this person and you have no idea why. You're like, why do I know this person? Why is this person so important in my life that this person is going to be important in my life? And you just know it. Like you have this inner knowing and this instant recognition of this person as someone who's going to be really, really important in your life. And you have no clue or no idea why. You may have just even like seen the person across a room. And as you saw this person across a room, you just had this inner knowing, like, I know this person. I know them. They're going to be really important in my life. And I just know who they are. It's that instantaneous recognition of that person. Number one, there are increased synchronicities and coincidences that tend to happen with your divine masculine in most cases, or your divine feminine if you are divine masculine. Increased synchronicities and increased coincidences. What does this mean? It means that coincidences that bring the two of you together are happening in increasing frequency. So you might bump into your twin flame. You might accidentally meet somebody who is related or affiliated to your twin flame. You might be at the right place at the right time with your twin flame, meaning that you never intended to be at a certain place, yet here they are. And that just happens increasingly. Or the coincidences, such as you meet someone with their exact first name and last name, and you're like, what? Even if they have a really unusual name. So the coincidences just keep coming and coming and coming and coming and coming in increased value. And for me, it was a lot of bumping into my divine masculine twin flame unplanned, and when the probability was near 0% that I would actually bump into him. I'm going to give you guys a brief overview. Now, I know that you have probably seen vlogs and blogs that describe the 8 stages or stages of the twin flame journey. These were channeled to me by my angels and guides. So these are my 8. So you'll see and compare to what you've already learned. The first stage is preparation. Now, in my book, I really outlined how preparation can happen anywhere from a few days before you meet your twin to several months to even several years before you meet your twin flame. Now, for me, it's really interesting because just last night, my sister and I were talking, and in my book, I outlined that there were a few things about a year before meeting my twin that were aligning the universe to have me meet my twin flame. But in reality, I had been preparing to meet my twin my entire life, and you have too. But what my sister and I realized last night was that when I was 15 years old, my dad took us on a train trip to California, among other states as well, but to California. And the particular city where we stayed in, because my dad had a cousin there and we stayed with his cousin and his kids. So the city where we stayed in California was my first exposure to California. And that is the entire reason why from that moment forward, I had this obsession of moving to California. I mean, obsession. I told everyone I knew it was a lifelong dream to move to California. I finally made it a year ago. But it was that particular city that was my first experience in California and the reason why I wanted to move to California. And that is the same city where my twin flame was raised and lived. I hope you enjoyed the videos for 2018 and 2019. Now we're moving into the year 2020. We all know what happened in 2020, but as the year started in 2020 for me on my twin flame journey and doing videos on YouTube for twin flames, I began to do a slightly different flavor. In other words, I started to get really creative. So I have two fun video clips in there about the creativity that I started to do on my channel with the twin flame videos. And then I started doing playlists like Twin Flame Questions Answered in 2020. And of course, as most of you know, toward the end of 2019 through 2020, I also started doing tarot readings on my channel. Now, this was not new for me. As many of you know who have been in my one-on-one sessions with me, I had been reading tarot cards since 2016. I just never did it on YouTube. And so I don't have any of those tarot readings in my compilation because I really felt for this compilation, more of the meat and bones of the twin flame journey were really necessary to put in this compilation to really show the progress of my own journey and in coaching others on this twin flame journey. So enjoy these video clips from 2020. The twin flame journey, divine feminines, can be so maddening, can't it? You feel like you're going absolutely crazy. Now, especially in those initial phases with your twin flame divine masculine, when you guys do connect and you're dating and it's hot and heavy, and maybe you've even formed and developed a relationship together, and your divine masculine is one thing during this time that is super duper frustrating. And that one thing is incongruent. Incongruency, it means there is no congruency between his thoughts, his actions, the way he looks at you, and the words that he speaks. Craziness, it's maddening. So maddening was one of the words that I always used with my divine masculine in the beginning of our connection. I would say, you are completely maddening. This is maddening. This whole situation is maddening. What you're saying is maddening. And his reaction was like, don't madden. And today we're gonna explore our Star Wars Kylo Ren and Rey really twin flames, or hashtag Kylo Rey or Reylo twin flame stages and signs. And Star Wars is one of my favorites. As you see, I've got my Stormtrooper cup. I've actually got my popcorn bucket filled with popcorn for this video. I've got my Kylo and Rey lightsabers and a Han Solo character here, as well as BB-8. But I was really intrigued by this connection between Kylo Ren and Rey. Now, it's really interesting the way this video came about, because I was talking with a new friend and I was telling him what I did for a living, and I was saying, hey, I'm a YouTuber, and as soon as I say that, most often people are gonna say, hey, what kind of videos do you post on YouTube? Now, for me, for the largest part of my videos that I'm posting, it's twin flame videos. And for those people who do not understand the notion of twin flames, or who aren't a twin flame themselves, you know that it can be super hard to explain to someone who has never even heard of the concept of twin flames what a twin flame is. So I mentioned to him, I said, hey, you know, it's like a soulmate relationship, but it's a little bit stronger than a soulmate relationship. What I like to say, and I say in a lot of my videos, is that twin flames is a soulmate relationship on steroids. And he turns to me in all seriousness and says, oh, you mean like Kylo Ren and Rey? And I thought about it and I said, oh my gosh, that's exactly what it is.
You could see yourself just sitting there on my chair. I'm staring at you, you don't even notice. Should've told you straight away, you don't have to be afraid. wish I could show you more, 'cause baby, you deserve some more. But still you're here, and that's what I adore. Should've told you straight away everything I have to say, but I'm afraid, and I know you haven't noticed. You know that I won't let you go. Put your arms around me and I let you know how it feels when time goes slow. And I won't let it rush when I see you dance, and the moment comes when I fall and time goes slow. I fall into you. I fall into you. I fall into you.
Do you think it's even possible to have a pain-free twin flame journey? Right now, you might be experiencing a lot of pain because of your twin flame journey. In addition to that, you might be wondering how you're going to get through this. And you might even, at times, think you are actually crazy or going crazy. Hey, I was right there with you. When I encountered my twin flame and we had the fast and furious feelings of that intense romantic connection, and then suddenly it was taken away from me, I felt like I was going crazy. I didn't understand. I was a hot mess, you guys. I was seriously a hot mess. I didn't understand why this was happening, nor did I fully get what was happening. What I really wanted at that time, I wanted to understand, and I wanted somebody to be able to tell me. I wanted somebody to be able to say, hey, you know what? You're okay. This is normal. What you're going through, there's a roadmap to it. I've received messages from viewers, and not only that, but in my coaching sessions as well, of many desperate twin flames who believe that they did something or said something to absolutely positively ruin their twin flame connection. And they come to me with a lot of despair in their voices and saying like, I did this, I didn't do this, or whatever. And they're really fearful that they actually ruined their twin flame connection, and they're thoroughly convinced that their divine masculine in particular will not come back to them as a result. I say this from first-hand experience. The experience is right here, guys. That I too thought that I was ruining my twin flame connection, because early in the process, when my twin flame divine masculine told me that he didn't want to see me anymore, I got pretty crazy over text messaging. I said some things to him that I probably shouldn't have said. I was really angry because I didn't understand why he broke off the connection in the first place. And so I was like a mad woman, like texting him like crazy. And then I was learning at the same time what was happening with the twin flame journey. And at that moment, at that particular time, I really didn't know a whole lot about the twin flame journey, or if any at that time. But then because we had constant contact with one another, the crazy texting went on for like a couple of months past that, because I was super frustrated. I was like, I don't get this. Why is this? Like, why can't we have a conversation about this? But I would send these really lengthy text messages to him. And I think that my twin flame divine masculine thought that I was legit crazy. And I did try to backtrack after that and say like, you know what, I'm sorry. Like, sorry I sent all these. But I think by that time I was thoroughly convinced that there was no way, shape, or form that this dude would ever contact me ever again. This is my new series. It's called Twin Flame Questions Answered. Your twin flame questions answered. Today, we are doing, how do I know if the signs that I am receiving are divinely guided or just a figment of my imagination? That is a question I actually get all of the time as a reader and a coach, as well as here on YouTube. I get this question all of the time, where viewers or clients come to me and they're like, I'm getting crazy signs, numbers and names and things happening, all these crazy signs. But how do I really know that they're actual signs and not just figments of my imagination? So the first part that I want to address in answering this question is, you have been receiving signs for your entire life. You've been receiving signs because everybody's assigned at least 2 guardian angels, and your guardian angels, as well as other spirit guides, perhaps family members that have crossed over, that are now living on the other side of the veil. Some of those people are assigned to you to help you get on your life path. Now, of course, not everybody verbally speaks to their angels. And of course, the people that have passed on may come to you in dreams, for example, but most of you are not actively talking to your spirit guides and your angels. Therefore, the only way that your angels and spirit guides can communicate with you is through signs, it's through giving you signs. And that is one way in which they're asking you to pay attention. So it's not that the signs were never there and then all of a sudden they just appeared. The signs were always there. Now, they may have been various signs or different signs, not exactly the same ones, but typically angels and guides are going to give you signs in repetition. So repetition of 3s is pretty typical for angels to bring you signs. So look for patterns of 3s. You might be now wondering, well, if the signs were there all along, then why am I only noticing them now? Well, the reason why you're noticing them now is because you have just changed the channel.
Let me just take a little sip of my tea here with my Grogu tumbler, and somehow Grogu moved. My little Padawan moved all by himself. Power of the Force. I've got caramel nut tea here. Actually, it's caramel nut dandelion tea, which I absolutely adore. I talk about this all the time. This is crazy good. So a lot of us want to forget about 2020, right? Myself included. But do you know what happened in 2020? In September of 2020, my twin flame reached out to me after an 11-month separation. That was insane. So even though most of us would like to forget 2020 and everything that happened in the course of that year, a lot of change happened in 2020, which leads us to 2021. Now in 2021, what I was really doing was trying to go back to my twin flame coaching. So the clips you'll see for 2021 are a lot about twin flame questions answered and twin flame guidance, which I really wanted to do. I wanted to guide the collective a little bit more. I was trying to shy away from doing a lot of tarot videos and move more toward coaching videos. So I'm sure you'll see that in the snippets that are there for 2021. Enjoy.
What I want to focus on are very practical things that you can do to raise your vibrational frequency in order to come into reunion with your twin flame. Now, does that mean that your twin flame will be ready? Does that mean that they will raise their vibrational frequency? It's all a question of timing. When you raise your vibrational frequency to Christ consciousness, divine consciousness, universal consciousness, when you raise your vibrational frequency, because you are soul connected with your twin flame divine masculine, as an example, you could be a divine masculine watching this. In that case, you
are connected to your twin flame divine feminine, what happens is it's kind of like a little pull, so that as you are ascending or as you are raising your vibrational frequency, your twin flame cannot help but raise their vibrational frequency as well. Again, it's all a question of divine timing. Does that mean that it'll happen like that? It could. But it might take a little bit longer depending on how fast your twin flame counterpart is willing to do the work, to put in the work, to raise their own vibrational frequency at the pace they need to in order to match your vibrational frequency. Now, why am I saying this? I am saying this because throughout the past 18 months, I have been coaching twin flames. Now, I was coaching people way before that, having to do with health, wellness, Ayurvedic health, Ayurvedic medicine, Ayurvedic consultations. And so it was dealing with lifestyle changes that my clients could make in order to improve their health and well-being on all levels, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Well, I am going to be your coach in this video and urge you to do the same things. So has your divine masculine twin flame forgotten about you? I know this might be a concern. In the last video that I posted on Twin Flame Questions Answered, I got Get Your DM to Chase You. If you have not yet viewed that video, go ahead and the link is going to be above here. So there's a lot of this dynamic of runner-chaser dynamic, of course, on the twin flame journey. If you're a divine feminine twin flame, you've been encouraged throughout the journey, I'm sure, if not by my channel, but on other twin flame channels, and certainly by other readers and coaches, that the idea is to pull back your energy and not chase your twin flame divine masculine because it's very strong. This connection is super strong, as all of us do know. It's super intense, it is super strong, and the pressure that you put on your divine masculine as you are chasing them puts a whole lot of pressure on them in a connection that already has a lot of intensity and pressure, so that when you withdraw your energy a little bit, or a lot of it, it really does help with the connection, and it helps your divine masculine be able to move towards you more freely as you create that space. Now, the one question I do get in my readings is, has my divine masculine forgotten about me? And the reason why this comes up is because when I coach them on pulling back their energy a little bit and allowing their divine masculine to then be able to reach out to the divine feminine, the divine feminines in question, this might be you too, start to worry, like, what if my DM forgets about me? What if my DM doesn't know that I'm there, doesn't know that I care, doesn't know that I love them? And my answer always is like, really, do you really believe, do you truly believe that your DM will forget about you? The first reason is because twin flames have a sacred connection. The union of the twin flames is a sacred union. It's the sacred journey, which means that it is very authentic, and authentic starting from a soul level. Now, it's true that other relationships do have soul connection. Other relationships certainly can have that specialness, and this often happens in soulmate relationships or family relationships where there's just a lot of love for each other. However, twin flames are very unique in that they share the same soul DNA. The DNA of their soul is exactly the same. It's almost like they are identical twins, but not in the biological sense, not in the physical cellular sense, but in the soul DNA sense. And because of this, when you interact with your twin flame initially,
You have this soul connection that is necessary to get to the raw material of the soul. How do you get to the raw material of the soul? You need to strip away the layers of the self. You need to strip away the layers of the artificial self that you've created. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to strip away all of this self. You certainly don't need to do that because you still need to live on earth. You need to operate. You need to get a job or have a job or work with your kids. There are many things that we need to do to function in this life, and those are certainly necessary pieces of living on earth. However, when it comes to the relationship with your twin flame, we need to strip away all of those layers. Number 9, you are way too good for me. You will probably find someone better. Again, this really comes from the deep-seated insecurities of the divine masculine who says this to their divine feminine. They might be feeling that inherently at the time, or they might be feeling it overtly at the time where they really don't have a sense of high self-esteem or a sense of high self-worth. Now, divine feminines, I want to say something to you because of all the excuses that I have listed here, this one is probably the most valid. And here's why. Unless divine masculine works on themselves and works through their problems and issues of self-esteem and self-worth, it's going to be a really hard relationship. So I would say if they do give that excuse, you can assure them that that's not the case, but that they might want to take a look at their own sense of self-worth and self-esteem and work through that, because that is just a perception of worthlessness that divine masculine might give you, divine feminines, and you really don't want to be in a relationship with them until they've really worked through those issues of self-worth. Today's question that I'm answering is it the divine feminine's job at 100% to heal, to allow the twin flame couple to come back into reunion? Oh my goodness, is this a charged one? This is a very hard question, and it's also very easy at the same time. But I know divine feminines often feel that all the pressure is on us. All the divine feminines have felt this at one point or another, right, divine feminines? You felt the pressure on your shoulders of just like, oh, is it really all on me? Is the burden all on me to heal, to change, to transform, to awaken, to ascend to a higher spiritual level? Do I have to be doing all the work? Well, let me just tell you something. And I want you to listen really carefully to what I'm about to tell you, divine feminines. Like, really absorb this. It's not your job. It is 50% of your job, and it's divine masculine's 50% of their job to heal themselves, to ascend into higher spiritual energy, to live from that higher spiritual place. It's not just your job, divine feminines. And I know that is really contrary to a lot of information that is out there on YouTube, as well as other twin flame articles and perhaps books that have been published and produced. And today's topic is 5 twin flame myths busted. And there's also a bonus at the end, so be sure to stay tuned for the bonus one at the end of the video. This came to me because of my increasing frustration when I talk to twin flames just like you in my group coaching, in my individual one-on-one coaching sessions, and in my readings. And then when I read comments in the comment section on the YouTube videos of misinformation about the twin flame journey. Now, of course, I will admit, I will be the first to admit that I do not have all the answers. However, I've been on this twin flame journey since September of 2018. And throughout that time, which is, I can't believe I'm going to say this, it is almost 3 years since I've been on the twin flame journey. It seems so long, yet it doesn't seem so long.
Myth number 1. I want you to listen really carefully to this one. Twin flames aren't meant to be together. Now, let me tell you firsthand right now that is total BS. Total BS. So the people that are pushing forward that myth on YouTube and other forms of places on the internet, people that are pushing forward that don't have good logical thinking or scientific theory thinking. Because even scientists, when they are testing out a theory, when they're trying a new medicine, for example, or they're trying a new formula, for example, they will look for error. They will look for margin of error. And depending on the margin of error, they will know if a thing works or a thing doesn't work, or if there's true or not true. Now, the problem with this logic that twin flames are not meant to be together, if that was true, then there would not be twin flames together. And I can tell you firsthand that I have witnessed many twin flame couples that are together. So if that were the case, then the margin of error would be a lot smaller than it actually is. And throughout the evolution of all the twin flames that I've coached throughout the years, I've seen more and more twin flames in 3D physical union. And in fact, there are several YouTube channels in YouTube land where twin flames actually have a YouTube channel together, which means the twin flames are together. And so that myth is 100% false.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am doing a Thanksgiving vlog. In fact, as you guys most know me, you know that I don't really do vlogs, although I'm gonna start doing one vlog a week or every other week or every third week. I haven't really decided yet, but happy Thanksgiving to my American friends. And I would call this Turkey Day, but I don't actually eat turkey. I was just saying that to my son. We make these amazing rolls, which are like a family recipe. So I think we should call it Roll Day instead of Turkey Day, and Roll Day for many different reasons, not just the fact that I make rolls. But I wanted just to come to you guys today to say, as a twin flame, why I am grateful for you guys. Now, it's very cliche, and I didn't want to put that on the title, but it's so cliche, right? For a YouTuber to go, I'm so happy and thankful and grateful for you guys, my viewers, my subscribers. And it just sounds like super cheesy and cliche. And I did not want to make this video cliche, although this is an uncut, unedited video. I'm not going to edit it. I normally do edit videos, and I'm not a vlogger, so please bear with me because I don't know the ins and outs of vlogging. You know, I watch vlogs, but I don't typically film vlogs. So, you know, I don't know the protocol. Who knows? Maybe the camera angle's bad. Maybe I'm not even looking into the camera. Maybe my eyes are diverted, so I'm not even looking at you. We shall see. I guess the live streams are kind of like, you know, that uncut, unedited thing. So, but I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to my American friends. Like, as a twin flame, I am grateful for you guys. And it's more than the fact that you guys are viewers. It's more than the fact that you guys are subscribers and you support my channel and support my work, which I am certainly grateful for that, in all honesty, because I'm able to do this as a career, even though things have been weird with YouTube for me personally on my channel in the past year. I saw a great reduction in subscribers, a great reduction in views, and I'm producing the same type of content. So there you go. But there's been a little bit of a weird struggle there for me. But still, I'm really grateful that I'm able to do this for a living and that I get clients like you. And I mean, you know, chances are if you're watching my vlog on this channel, which is not a vlog channel, chances are you're probably a pretty hardcore fan, a pretty hardcore follower. You know what I mean? So I want to thank you guys for that. But that is not the reason why I am grateful as a twin flame for you. The reason why I'm really, really grateful for you guys, and I fidget a lot, just like in case you guys didn't notice, like I'm very fidgety all the time. This is not just like on video, but I'm a very fidgety person. So if you see me fidget, that's my natural habitat. That's my natural state of being. I'm a very fidgety person. So I'm grateful because when I started doing videos on twin flames, now that was not my genesis on YouTube. Not my genesis. I was doing other videos on YouTube and it was more experimental and it was more in relation to the books that I was writing. And I owned a yoga studio prior to that. So it was a lot of videos about yoga and meditation and Ayurvedic medicine. So by all means, it was not the genesis of my YouTube journey when I started posting twin flame videos. So when I started posting twin flame videos, I think the first twin flame video was actually on February 2nd or 4th, I can't remember, of 2019. It was around that time. So we're talking about a little over 2.5 years of posting twin flame videos, which in all honesty, I never, ever, ever in a billion years intended to post twin flame videos.
Did those 2021 clips remind you of where you might have been on the twin flame journey during that pandemic and all the lockdowns? It certainly did for me. That it really reminded me kind of where I was, not only in my coaching practice, but where I was personally on my twin flame journey. In 2022, I started something called the Twin Flame Vlog. And actually, I believe I started it toward the end of 2021, if I'm not mistaken. So 2022 had a lot more vlog type material where I was doing my twin flame story vlog pretty much every week throughout 2022. And then I started the Empowered Divine Feminine vlog, which I don't have clips from here for you guys, but you can always check that out. I was continuing to do the playlist on twin flame questions answered. And of course, I was experimenting a lot in 2022 on my YouTube channel with shorts and also with one card pulls or one card divine masculine pulls. I was really trying to navigate the changing world of YouTube through shorts, through shorter videos. But then it led me to what I realized at the end of 2022 is what I really love is doing long form videos. So I hope you enjoy some of these clips, mostly from my twin flame vlog. Obsession normally in a relationship is obviously not a great thing. Wouldn't you agree, twin flame? Like, if you're obsessed with someone in a relationship, that's usually a pretty big red flag sign that that relationship is very unhealthy and you need to get the heck out of there or get yourself some help, right? So generally speaking, when we talk about obsession, it sounds like something that is very push-pull, really unhealthy, and a more of a, like a dependency / codependency type of relationship. So that's why I want to talk about this, because I really want to talk about the fact that twin flame obsession has its purpose. And I know that's going to sound really bizarre, but if you are a twin flame and you are on this twin flame journey, whether you just met a twin flame last week, or whether you've been on this twin flame journey for 10 years, or anywhere in between, you know that the obsession piece is part and parcel of the twin flame journey. So what I would like to offer you is a different perspective on obsession in the twin flame journey and where it can actually be useful. Now, I'm going to start with number one, which was really my last one, but I felt very strongly that I needed to start with the first one because it actually just came to me yesterday. And for those of you that are new to my channel, thank you for subscribing below, and thank you so much for clicking on that bell and getting notifications of all my upcoming videos, because we talk a lot about the spiritual journey, the twin flame journey, romance, love, relationships in general on this channel. It came to me as something that I had never really thought about before. And I've been on this twin flame journey since 2018.
mid-2018, a little past midpoint, right? September of 2018. And I had never thought about the topic of obsession exactly like this. So number one is obsession serves as calibration of this new energy in your life, okay? Calibration of this new energy in your life. Now, it doesn't mean that the twin flame energy is brand new for you. It doesn't mean that the twin flame soul that you share with your soul, like your general soul, with your twin flame soul is the same soul. So therefore you share space, in other words. It's not new, but it's new to you in the way of recognition. So your conscious mind, your conscious awareness is now aware of the presence of this other half of your soul that you were not consciously aware of prior.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin, and I am an author and speaker and YouTuber, and I am back with another episode of my twin flame story week by week. This is, I believe, episode 7, and I am here in sunny Southern California. As for me, I wanted to talk about a little topic today that has been affecting my life. And I don't know if it's been affecting your life, but I want you to put in the comment section below if this is like what you've been experiencing too. And I'm going to call this the cold start. The cold start. I know many of you have had contact from your twin flame, divine masculine, if you are divine feminine. If you are divine masculine, I know some of you have been reaching out to your divine feminines. It's been happening. Whether you see it or not, it's actually been happening. There has been contact, phone calls, meetings, whatever. Like, it's been happening. Contact and communication has been happening and increasingly happening for twin flames. And so the reason I'm talking about a cold start is that for myself and for a couple of others that I know directly because I coach them, that these cold starts have been a little bit frustrating. And so a cold start is when you go out in the cold and it's freezing and you crank the engine cranks and nothing really happens. And so you kind of have to wait a few minutes, try it again, wait another few minutes, try it again. The car is not a fuel injection car. Then you have to pump the gas to get some fuel in the line in order to start that car, especially on a cold start. Now, another thing is that if you pump the gas too much, then you flood the line and then you have to wait another 15, 20 minutes to actually start your car until like the gasoline goes back down the line. It's very frustrating when you live in colder temperatures. So that's called a cold start. So meaning like you can't just go out there in 20 degrees -0 and just start your car and expect it to go, especially when you're dealing with an older vehicle. I feel like the twin flame journey as we are coming into reunion, and most of us have had these fantasies about reunion being like running through the meadows with your twin flame, and like your twin flame is here and you're here and it's a green meadow with all these beautiful flowers and the sun is shining and like it's in slow motion, you're just like running toward each other and this really happy reunion. And the reality is a lot different than that. The topic that came to me was unfinished conversations. Unfinished conversations. So I'm going to call this vlog Unfinished Conversations. I think this is a recurring theme for twin flames. I know it is for me in particular, and it is super duper frustrating. Oh my God. It's just, I can't even tell you how frustrating it is. Now, I really need to qualify this because I know there are some of you out there that are going to be thinking, well, Michelle, when relationships end, when friendships end, sometimes you just don't get the opportunity to have closure. Sometimes you just don't have an opportunity to have that one final conversation. And you just need to get over it. Just move beyond it. And that certainly has happened in my life in the past where there was a friendship or a relationship that abruptly ended, or maybe it just like slowly drifted apart and there was never an opportunity to have that like final closure, final conversation that you really wanted to have with that person. And you know what? I'm actually okay with that. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. And I think that if it doesn't happen, it's really not meant to happen. When I'm speaking of unfinished conversations with my twin flame, with a twin flame situation, it's more like this start and stop of conversations. And it's this tugging at my soul, telling me that there's some unfinished business here and it actually does need to be resolved. It's like your soul is calling you to actually finish these conversations. And it's just been a point of frustration for me. And it doesn't always stay there. Like, it's not a consistent source of frustration. It's just this on again, off again source of frustration. And the reason is because I've had in and out contact with my twin flame. And it's almost like we want to aboard this topic, like bring it on board. And it's like it never quite happens, or it never quite happens in a way where we can be open and freely talk about things. So this book is called The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. I don't know what year it was published. I believe it was in the 1930s. Khalil Gibran lived from 1883 to 1931. So without a doubt, it was published before 1931, before his death. Now, the reason why I'm bringing up this particular book of poems is because this was by far my father's favorite book of all time. This was my father's favorite book of all time. And this is a copy that my father gave to me in 2011. And so it was very strange because last week I did speak about my father, and I spoke about that painting that's like where are we? Right here. And that hung in my father's home, which is actually, you know, it looks very much like The Lovers, like a twin flame soulmate painting. I don't know the origins of the painting, to be honest with you. And then I was cleaning up my desk, which I don't do very frequently. If you guys saw my desk, it would be rather embarrassing. I was cleaning up my desk, and this book, The Prophet by Khalil Gibran, given to me by my father, was on it was like on a shelf that kind of like stuck out to me. So I picked up the book and I began reading it. And what's interesting is, you know, when somebody gives you a book, like their favorite book as a gift, you know, sometimes we don't even read it. And like at the time, like he had mentioned to me to read the chapter on marriage, which I believe I did at that time. Another part of this book that he really liked to quote was on raising children. And he used to quote that all the time. And so I picked it up, and this was late last week, I believe. And I began reading on love. So I'm going to share that with you. And so I'm going to read it first. And then I'm going to explain why I made the decision to read this to you in this vlog. And then after that, we're going to break it down a little bit, because you guys are twin flames. And you understand that this journey of love and romance and connection and soul connection is super difficult. And I know, myself included, in the past, and I say in the past because this week, since Thursday of last week, so I'm recording this on Thursday, by the way, on Thursday, but April 21st, 2022. So on April 14th, 2022, I had a pretty transformative experience that I am not ready to share yet. I'm writing a new book. I'm writing a new twin flame book. And I am integrating everything that I've been going through and learning in the book. So, you know, because it just happened a week ago, I'm not particularly ready to articulate it on a video. I just don't think it will give justice to the experience if I just give it in like a 20 or 30 minute video. So I'm not going to do that yet. But suffice it to say that it has changed my perspective on everything. So that being said, I know many of you out there have been really frustrated throughout this journey. There have been moments of peace, there's been moments of turmoil, and there's been a lot of despair. So I'm going to read from The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. And this is a chapter on love. Now, it starts on page 11, which I found really interesting that it was actually number 11. Then said Almitra. So Almitra, it's, these villagers are talking to a prophet. That's basically what this is. Speak to us of love. And he raised his head and looked upon the people, and there fell a stillness upon them. And with a great voice he said, when love beckons to you, follow him, though his ways are hard and steep. And when his wings enfold you, yield to him. Though the sword hidden among his pinions may wound you. And when he speaks to you, believe in him. Though his voice may shatter your dreams, as the north wind lays waste the garden. For even as love crowns you, so shall he crucify you. Even as he is for your growth, so is he for your pruning. Even as he ascends to your height and caresses your tenderest branches that quiver in the sun, so shall he descend to your roots and shake them in their clinging to the earth. Like sheaves of corn, he gathers you unto himself. He threshes you to make you naked. He sifts to free you from your husks. He grinds you to whiteness. He kneads you until you are pliant, and then he assigns you to his sacred fire so that you may become a sacred bread for God's sacred feast. All these things shall love do unto you, that you may know the secrets of your heart, and in that knowledge become a fragment of life's heart. But if in your fear you seek only love's peace and love's pleasure, then it is better for you that you cover your nakedness and pass out of love's threshing floor into the seasonless world where you shall laugh, but not all of your laughter, and weep, but not all of your tears. Love gives naught but itself and takes naught but from itself. Love possesses not, nor would it be possessed. For love is sufficient unto love. When your twin flame journey feels like a ghost town. And that is what my twin flame journey has been. My twin flame journey has felt like a ghost town, literally. No action, no signs of life. My divine masculine in the 3D physical world has been absent for a long time. Now, of course, if you read my twin flame books, if you follow my channel, okay, plug here, self-promotion, my brand new book, Twin Flame Union, 7 Keys to a Healthy Twin Flame Journey. Do check it out in paperback, Kindle, or Audible books. You're always together with your twin flame in the 5D. Of course, I'm always with my twin flame in the 5D, just as you're always with your twin flame in the 5D. But guys, my 3D experience since back in February of this year has been like ghost town. Like a ghost town. Like a desert. Dry as a desert. And I just wanted to address that this time around in the Twin Flame vlog, because sometimes that happens, and sometimes I'm sure you've experienced this where you're feeling like not like a twin flame, right? You're not feeling like a twin flame because maybe you've been done with the work for quite some time and you're just kind of living your life and doing your own thing and not doing anything in particular when it comes to the twin flame journey. And so you might just wake up and just forget your twin flame, or you might be like, I can't even remember the last time I thought about being a twin flame, and I can't even remember the last time I thought about my twin flame. Well, that's not entirely true. Your twin flame's your twin flame, and in some way, shape, or form, they're on your mind, right? They couldn't not be on your mind because they're a part of you. And that's really something that I do emphasize in this book. But like for me, honestly, nothing really in the twin flame realm has been going on. Of course, I cater to you guys and I do videos and coaching and readings for you guys. And so really that keeps me connected to the twin flame journey. But if I didn't have that, I wouldn't feel very connected to the twin flame journey in any way, shape, or form. And in that way, it really does feel like you're on the twin flame journey, but it really truly does feel like being in a ghost town where it's like the ghost town is a twin flame journey and you're just walking around by yourself, like looking around for any sign of life.
I know you're wondering, should I text my divine masculine twin flame? This question might come to you once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, or once a month. But I know this question has come into your mind in some way, shape, or form during your twin flame journey. I know this because guess what, guys? I'm a twin flame too, and I've had that question throughout the years as well. So let's just explore this a little bit, and I'm going to give you many different points of view about this topic in this very short video. First, I want to know, what is your reason for wanting to text your twin flame? Do you want to say hi? Would you like to touch base? Do you want to let your divine masculine twin flame know that you are still there? Do you want to let your DM know that you're still interested? Perhaps you're just wanting to know if your DM is available, if your DM has blocked you, or you're curious to see if your divine masculine will actually respond to you. There are various reasons why you might want to reach out to your divine masculine twin flame, and I'm going to help you sift through these reasons and understand what is behind those reasons, because in a normal day-to-day relationship, if it's a relationship, a friendship, or even someone from your family, it's pretty normal to want to reach out from time to time and say hello and see how that person's doing. The first thing I want you to understand is your motivation behind the text. What is your motivation behind the text? If your primary motivation is to get a response from your divine masculine twin flame, I would say don't text. If that's your primary motivation is to get a response, don't text. For me, 2023 took a totally different spin for me personally on my twin flame journey, as well as what I was exploring about what kind of content I would like to post on my YouTube channel. I was shying away a little bit from all the twin flame guidance, all the tarot readings I was doing, and the shorts that were related to tarot. And I opted to go back to my origins of really providing support material for the books that I write, as well as doing more vlog-like videos for you guys so you could see my twin flame story day by day, week by week, month by month, whatever it happens to be. But I really felt that I needed to have more meat and bones. Like, you know, I keep saying that word, but like, more meat to my content. And so that's why when I decided at the end of 2022 that I really wanted to do more long form content, I also made the decision for 2023 that I needed to provide more spiritual guidance in my videos. Not that I wasn't doing it before, but I really made the decision that that's where my heart lies, is giving you guys a little bit more spiritual guidance, being a little bit more that spiritual teacher for you guys, and notably doing support material for the books that I write. And so you will see in the videos here, not only through my vlogging, but also through the support material for Twin Flame Union's 7 Keys to a Healthy Twin Flame Journey, you'll see how I integrate the two things, support material for the books that I write,
as well as a little bit of spiritual guidance, a little bit of mindfulness guidance through the vlogging. Most people who've been following me know that I've been on this twin flame journey since September of 2018. And it is now, as I'm recording this video, January of 2023. I've been in this journey for quite some time. I've experienced on again, off again contact with my divine masculine. We are not yet in physical 3D reunion, but it has been a journey of a lot of ups and downs. But for me personally, it's been a journey of a lot of faith. Having my faith tested and having to extend more faith toward universe, spirit, God, in saying, please help me with this. I can't do this by myself. I can't do this on my own. I'm incapable of doing this all alone. So it's been this test of faith for me, and I know for you, it's probably been similar. So some of you, as I mentioned, have been on this journey for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, or maybe even 20 years. I've heard of twin flames that have been on the journey for 20 years. Now, most of them, if this is you, most of them didn't know they were on the twin flame journey until more recently, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. But most of us have been on the journey for quite some time. And throughout this time, there have been points of desperation. Like, what am I doing here? Nothing's moving forward. What am I doing here? And my question to you is, like, would you return it? Would you return it? Would you return this experience? Would you return the meeting with your twin flame divine masculine? Would you? And I really want to know, again, put it in the comments, is your life that unbearable at this point in the game, not being with your divine masculine? If you're not, I'm assuming you're not if you're watching this video, but not being with your divine masculine in some way, shape, or form in the 3D world on a more permanent basis. Is it so painful or miserable that you would prefer never to have met them? If that's the case, then I want you to put that in the comment section too, because that's a really important feeling for you to explore. But for me personally, I just want to say to you guys that even though I'm not with my twin flame divine masculine in the 3D physical world today, as I'm recording this, I don't regret meeting my divine masculine, and I don't regret embarking upon the twin flame journey, whether or not I actually chose it, right? On some level, you always choose, but I'm talking about the conscious level of choosing. So even though consciously I don't feel that I chose this, I am grateful to have met my twin flame, and I am grateful for this twin flame journey, for all of the emotional and spiritual growth that I have gone through. And in addition to that, and I want to say this to all of you who are watching this, and maybe those of you that have stopped watching me, of course, that I'm just so grateful to have met so many amazing people throughout this journey on YouTube and through YouTube, through all of the coaching sessions that I have done since 2019 with Twin Flame. Today, we are on key number 5, the key to truth. Oh my goodness, this one is so incredibly important because this key opens you up to a whole new way of being. And I'm really excited to talk about it today. Also, the key to truth corresponds to the 5th chakra, which I will address next week, so make sure to stay tuned. The key to truth, the 5th key on your journey to healing, on your twin flame journey. Wow, this is a tough one because when you are on the twin flame journey, and you know this, when you're on it, others think you are crazy. Others think you're totally mad. They think you're making it up in your head. They think that your truth isn't real. They're like, how could this be real? This makes no logical sense. But you know your inner truth about your twin flame journey. And so since you know your inner truth, It's time to go inward and explore exactly what that truth is for you. Because your truth on your twin flame journey is gonna look very different from my truth on my twin flame journey. And it's gonna look very different from any other twin flame on the twin flame journey. Why? Because we are all on a different type of path, even though we're on the twin flame journey path. Our paths look slightly different. So it's important that you remember that. Remember that your path through your twin flame journey is unique to you. Now, there may be some similarities and crossovers because the bigger path is the twin flame path. But your individual path is so different that it's true for you, and you need to find the truth within to get to the hardcore truth of what you are experiencing.
This is I think it's episode 31, if I'm not mistaken. It could be episode 32, I'm not quite sure. So today we're gonna talk about using your intuition and logic on your twin flame journey. I'm gonna say that again. Using your intuition and logic on your twin flame journey. Now, this can be good for any dating situation, any love relationship situation. Now, let me tell you why this came to me as something that I wanted to present to you on the Twin Flame vlog. Because I was rereading this book called Love Karma by Shar Margolis. It was published in 2013. And it was recommended to me by somebody that I briefly dated in 2013, who had read it himself, and it was recommended to him by a woman he was dating. And what's interesting is that I probably read it in 2013, or at least read half of it in 2013, but I didn't really listen to the advice of the book very well. And I began rereading it about a couple of months ago. I pulled it out, I began rereading it, and a lot of it resonated. But the one thing that really super resonated with me was, in order to find a love that works for you and your life, you need to combine intuition with logic. And the reason why I think this is so important for us as awakened souls, for us as spiritually aware people, for us as sensitive souls, like those of us that have awakened as sensitive souls, or maybe we came into this life being ultra sensitive, empathic, picking up on other people's feelings, and generally speaking, wanting to save other people, wanting to save their souls, and at the same time denying our own needs, which is extremely common in spiritually awakened people. It's like, I worry about you, I want to fix you, I want to save your soul, while denying myself. So this is kind of a repetitive theme, an ongoing theme. And as you awaken more and more and more, the propensity can be to focus on intuition. Your intuitive thoughts, feelings, hunches, your intuitive messages that come to you from the angels in heaven. And in this vein, you forget to check in with the logical mind. And so you completely focus on, my intuition tells me this, my intuition tells me to reach out to my twin flame, my intuition tells me to send my twin flame messages, my intuition says that I need to reconnect. Or
not really seeing the signs that are right in front of you, like the physical signs that are actually in front of you, because you're failing to use your logical mind. The key to integration, you might be wondering what that means. What that means is, from what I understand, and of course, I don't know everything about the twin flame journey, and I must emphasize that. Let's go back to reality for just a minute, okay? In all of my twin flame videos, I do not claim to know everything about the twin flame journey. I know my own experience since 2018, and I also know experiences of other twin flames that I've coached. I've coached twin flames for the last 4 years to 4.5 years, and I know their experiences. And then in addition to that, in addition to my experience and the experiences of the twin flames that I've coached, I also get angelic guidance and messages for twin flames in the twin flame collective. So other than that, I don't know anything outside of that area of expertise that I have, which isn't a lot. It's some, but it's not a lot. And I just want to start with that because I really believe that so many twin flames, twin flame coaches, twin flame YouTubers claim to know everything about the twin flame journey, and you can't possibly know everything that there is to know. It's just impossible because most of us haven't gone through it for long enough to really fully understand all of the facets of the twin flame journey. So the key to integration came to me personally on a very personal level because I experienced integration of the souls with my twin flame soul, which is such a bizarre and ethereal thing, and I can't pretend to understand how or why. So I just know it happened because I felt it. So it happened twice. It happened a first time in 2019, and it happened a second time in 2022, around the same time frame. It was around the spring equinox on both ends. It's very strange. But in 2019, and I tell this in my twin flame book called Twin Flame Romance, and I also talk about it in my Twin Flame Bootcamp #1, is that it happened in 2019 on the spring equinox, and I felt like my twin flame soul was inside of my personal body. And not that my soul left the body, it's just that I felt my twin flame soul on the inside as well as my soul. And so it wasn't really an explanation there for me because I had only been on the twin flame journey for like 6 months, so I didn't really understand what was happening. What I did understand was that I had a tremendous amount of peace when this happened. And then when it happened again in 2022, around the same time, I think it was April, so it was right after the spring equinox, I felt it again, but it was even more intense. What I have heard and what I have understood about the twin flame journey is that if you recognize that you are a twin flame in this lifetime, because this is the only lifetime I know we have together, you and I, if you recognize that you are a twin flame in this lifetime and you have this recognition, you know your twin flame, you recognize them as your twin flame, if you know this to be your journey in this lifetime, then chances are you are ready to integrate back into one soul, because twin flames opt before they are born to split the soul into two. And what I do explain in this book is that the guidance that I have received is that it's not half and half. It's not that you split your soul in half. It's that it is split into two wholes.
Welcome to my twin flame story week by week. This is number 33. 33 is my special magic number. It has always been my favorite number, my magic number, my special number. This is vlog 33, episode 33 rather. I'm coming to you with my twin flame story because, as you know, as a twin flame, new developments are always on the horizon.
always on the horizon. And in fact, I was doing the live stream today before this recording, and in the live stream, somebody said about their twin flame journey, that they've been on the twin flame journey for 9 months, and that it has been very up and down, tumultuous, confusing, that their twin flame and themselves are in separation currently. And my response to this person was, that's just the twin flame journey. That's just the way this is. It is tumultuous. It is changing. It is up and down. And that's generally the way this thing goes, right? If you've been on the twin flame journey for quite some time, you know that that is the way it goes. And there's really no way around that until you've done your personal internal work, the internal. And that's kind of what I'm going to be speaking about? Question mark. I am really speaking about taking a twin flame hiatus for myself. That I am taking a twin flame hiatus, a hiatus from the part of the twin flame journey that includes the 3D person of my twin flame. Do you believe it? It's been nearly 5 years since I met my twin flame. It is now August of 2023 when I'm recording this. I met my twin flame in September of 2018, and let me tell you, it has been a ride for the past 5 years. But I am going to talk about my twin flame hiatus. A hiatus. You might be wondering if you viewed number 32, which if you haven't viewed the episode 32, I'm going to put the link right here. And you might find that to date, I'm awfully chipper about this twin flame hiatus that I'm taking. And why am I taking a twin flame hiatus? It's just because of the discovery of where my divine masculine twin flame is at.
Phew, if you have made it through this entire video, thank you. Thank you for watching my little old face throughout this whole video. Oh my gosh, that was a long one, wasn't it? Well, you know that you can always come back and view the clips, the snippets of these videos, and then find the material through the links that are below as well. I want to thank you if you've been following me throughout my twin flame journey and that you've been supporting me on my YouTube channel by watching videos, coming to the live streams, buying my published books, taking my courses, my online courses, doing one-on-one coaching sessions with me. I really, really appreciate you guys being a part of my twin flame journey with me throughout these last 5 years. And as I know, the twin flame journey is not done. Even for me. In one of my videos that I'll post right here, you may have seen something where I produced about moksha, liberation, being free, having free will to do what I want moving forward on my twin flame journey. But that doesn't mean that destiny doesn't also come into play. So I really feel like it's a wait and see approach for myself and for many of you that are out there. I want to thank you guys once again, and if you are not yet subscribed and you enjoyed this content, please do subscribe below, click on the bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. Please give the video a thumbs up, put something in the comments below. Thank you for your support. Recommend my books to other people, read some of my published books. That is the best way in which you can help me and help my channel. Thanks so much for being here, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.